Thanks, Jan. Thanks, everybody. My name is Carsten Brinkschulte. I'm co-founder and CEO of Dryad Networks. And we're about IoT infrastructure in the forest. And the key application we're going to market with is ultra-early detection of wildfires. As Jan said, this is very relevant in the context of climate change. Wildfires are causing up to 20% of global CO2 emission. Between 6 and 8 billion tons of CO2 are being emitted by wildfires each year. And the most important part, which we care about, is that 80% of the fire starts are human-induced. So it's reckless behavior, technical faults, accidents, arson, all it's human-induced. And so we need to stop this because we are responsible for one of the key drivers of climate change. Fortunately, you can say there is also, ironically, a big impact on the financial side, and that enables us to have, and others, to have a positive business model. So the financial damages due to wildfires are classified here with $140 billion globally. Recently read numbers that in the US last year it was $800 billion, 1 year financial damages caused by wildfires. Now let's stop those, but how do we do it? Now, of course, there are multiple solutions, and ideally we'll have all of them. Satellites are great because they can overlook from space. They see large areas, but they're really slow. It takes several hours to detect a fire from space, even if you've got hundreds of satellites, which nobody really has. Cameras are closer to Earth. They can overlook the tree canopy, and they can see smoke rising above the canopy, but again, it takes hours for them to detect. Now we take a different approach, complementary to satellites and cameras. We're focusing on ultra-early detection of wildfires at the smoldering phase, before there is an open fire. And the way we're doing it is with the network infrastructure and sensors that we have developed. So these are solar-powered gas sensors that we place in large quantity into the forest, and they are like an electronic nose. They can detect a fire before it spreads out of control, before the trees themselves are burning, before we have a catastrophe that we need to contain. So we want to enable the firefighters to extinguish fires before they spread out of control. We're using AI built into the sensors, so it's distributed edge computing in the sensors. They're smelling, effectively, the gas patterns, hydrogen, carbon monoxide, volatile organic compounds, and the patterns associated with the smell of a fire are identified by this low-cost sensor. We then send over a wireless network in the forest that we establish, being Dryad Networks, in the forest, a solar-powered mesh network. We're sending those alarm messages over a multi-hop mesh network into the firefighters. We're giving them the exact geo-coordinate of the sensor that detected the fire. We also have a cloud-based platform which we use obviously for device management, for alerting, and for data processing. So it's an end-to-end solution: sensor, network infrastructure, and cloud-based platform. We're now extending the reach of our network. We're going to space. The new generation of gateways will now have direct-to-satellite connectivity, so we can deploy literally everywhere, completely independent of the terrestrial 4G network infrastructure. We're also working with a French satellite company on a direct-to-satellite sensor that will make us even more easy to deploy wherever we are. So we're taking the system global. Now, how do we sell this? We sell it to private forestry, to municipalities, to power line companies, and to railroad operators. The system is a low-cost device. We install about 1 sensor per hectare, and then we have a recurring subscription fee. So we're building an ARR with every sensor, every gateway that we sell of 15%. We have started selling the solution last year. We shipped 20,000 units and generated 1.1 million euros of revenue in the first year of sale. This year we're aiming for hundreds of thousands, probably 150,000 units. We just received a letter of intent from a government in Asia for 100,000 units. We're selling through resellers. Vodafone, Steel, and we're working with Bosch to actually build a global distribution infrastructure for our customers. We have 50 installations right now in Greece, Spain, Portugal, but also in the US, Canada, Chile, and we're working on Asia. We have an experienced management team, a CTO, Chief Operating Officer we recently brought on board, a Chief Sales Officer to scale the business. And we just raised 6.3 million euro in a convertible round. The convertible is open to go up to 10 million. So if anybody's interested in benefiting from the 20% discount that we're giving for the 15 to 20 million Series A, aiming to raise starting the end of the year. I'm happy for you to talk to me after this presentation. Pleasure to speak to you. This was Dryad Networks. Bye-bye.